Mixtapes and DVDs is my era.
Facts.
We did it better.
Yep.
Pelly leathers,
Facts.
ACG boots. We 80s babies and early 90s when it got grimy. I was out of this world, you could not find me unless you check the lobby. Hustling was my hobby. We was lobby boys before Jim Jones. You could catch me in Harlem eating Jimbos.
Now in the DVD era, Maino had somewhat of a reputation of putting the hand of God on other rappers. Now Maino would have physical altercations with Bunky Essay, Little C's, and Young Berg, aka Hitmaker. Now Maino would go to Instagram and post a picture with Young Berg showing that they squashed their beef. And Little C's was also on Maino platform, The Kitchen Talk, showing that they squashed their beef as well. Now another well-documented physical altercation Maino had was with legend from Queensbridge, Tragedy Khadafi. Now if you're not familiar with Tragedy Khadafi, he's a producer and rapper from Queensbridge. He was part of the Juice Crew and very legendary, one of the first Queens rapper to make it, and he's responsible for CNN. He put CNN, Capone, and Noriega together, and he got them their first deal. Now according to Maino, he says he don't remember where he met Tragedy at, but when he spoke to Tragedy, Tragedy told him like, look man, I can get you a mixtape deal for your mixtapes. So Maino agreed like, alright, let's do it. Now around this time they were in contact heavy and they would meet up in front of juniors when they needed to speak. And finally, you know, Tragedy came through with the contract for Maino for his mixtape deal. And Maino said he even signed the deal outside of juniors in the street. Now supposedly Maino was supposed to receive $5,000 from this mixtape deal that he signed through Tragedy, and he's supposed to receive it a week or two after he signed the contract. Now after a week or two passed, he said he still ain't heard nothing from Tragedy. So Maino started to call Tragedy phone, and he would call him over and over, but he wasn't getting no response. So Maino said he said to himself like, I know what this is. I signed that deal through him. He took that money and he ran off with it and did whatever he did with it. So the next time Maino would see Tragedy would be in a TIP concert. Now Maino's with Lil' Kim and a bunch of his homeboys. Now while he's at the party, he hears the DJ shout Tragedy Khadafi out, and then he runs into him. Now when Maino runs into him, Khadafi said, yo man, I was looking for you. Now Maino said once he said that, he already knew he was guilty. He wasn't picking up his calls, and he said when somebody owe you money, the first thing they always say is I was looking for you. But he was like, how could you be looking for me when my number never changed and I was calling you, reaching out to you? He said so at that point, he just put hands on Khadafi. But Khadafi remembers the situation a little differently. He says for one, he didn't beat Maino out of his money. And for two, he could have communicated with Maino a little more, being that he owed him the $5K. Now, third of all, he said he felt like that's something that Maino wanted to do anyway. And Trag also says that Maino didn't fight him one-on-one, and he was jumped by 7 or 8 people, and he admit he got caught slipping. Now, jump in the comment section and let me know what y'all feel. Do y'all feel like Maino jumped the gun by jumping Khadafi when he seen him? Or he should have gave him more time to produce the 5K and listen to why he didn't have the 5K? Now, playing devil's advocate, anything could have happened. Khadafi could have took the contract back, and the label that was trying to do the mixtape deal for Maino could have changed their mind about doing the deal, or it could have took a little bit more time for them to get the money. You get what I'm saying? That could have been the reason why Khadafi wasn't answering his phone, because he knew he ain't had the money, and he told Maino a week or two. You get what I'm saying? And he even admitted he could have communicated with Maino a little better. So tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Khadafi just deaded Maino on his money because he knew Maino didn't really know the game like that? He just came home from jail. He found it like an opportunity to get over on somebody, and from what I'm hearing, he got a history of doing this to artists. Let me know what y'all think. But anyway, tell a friend about my page if you enjoy these old hip-hop stories. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.